gentlemen, former President Trump, current President Biden, I'd like to welcome you both to the Joe Rogan podcast today.
Shansh Fanche Wifdarman.
Okay, so let's talk about Europe. So what do you both think of the current election results in France?
I mean, it's complete election fraud, and I guarantee it can happen to us Republicans here in America. I mean, you had the majority of the population endorse the Nationalist Party because, quite frankly, France is a disaster. No walls, open borders. Really terrible situation. But then the fellas in Paris got together, and it just proves how rigged the whole system really is. So Paris voted on something, and that suddenly decided the whole election. Completely unconstitutional. If it worked like this over here, I'd just win New York and get the presidency. The French people must come together and build the biggest wall around Paris to keep all the fellas in there.
We got a completely deranged man over here trying to incite another riot by claiming voter fraud. Listen, France is an independent nation. It's part of the founding members of the United States of Europe. And the French people have the right to choose whom they vote for. Whether it's Nigel Farage or J.D. Vance, it's up to the French people to decide.
I mean, this guy can't even get the candidates right. I doubt he even knows what state we're in right now. And his administration believes he's fit to deal with Russia and China. I wouldn't even let him deal with his secretary.
Yeah, you have a real good history of dealing with secretaries, grabbing them by their pussy.
The only pussy you grabbed was your daughter's.
All right, gentlemen. So moving on to the next segment, President Biden, why did you decide to drop out of the 2024 presidential race?
Well, I had to watch you Machan Wehu. I had to sign the letter with the resign as per of the protocol, but look, I had to do the right thing.
He absolutely did the right thing by committing voter fraud, election manipulation, and resigning without warning nobody. Joe, the Republicans ought to sue the crap out of you for dropping out right after the Republican National Convention.
He's just angry that now he's going to face a candidate younger than himself. All his talking points that he used against the Democrats are invalid now. Kamala is going to be a great president.
Well, we still have not seen her birth certificate, so I'm not even sure how she got nominated for the presidency. And by the way, I'd really love to know where all his campaign donations went now. Did they go to his VP or in Zelensky's pockets?
I mean, just look at him. Look at this guy. He's a complete joke. The American people can't take him seriously. His only breakthroughs in society is suggesting we inject bleach in our arms and nuke hurricanes. I mean, seriously? The Democrat Party actually did something fantastic after taking over from his failed administration. We've welcomed so many asylum seekers in our great nation. We raised the cost of living. We beat Medicare.
All right. So we don't have time for another segment, but I'd just like to give the closing statement to another one of our podcast guests, Ben Shapiro.
Thank you, Joe. I wish both of the candidates good luck. And remember, whichever one of you wins, you will still have to send billions of dollars to Israel.